Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today we are talking about my perfume wish list, and I'm gonna cover this wish list while I do my makeup. So if that sounds fun, definitely keep watching. And if you guys want, in the comments down below, close your eyes and imagine you're in a boutique full of all your favorite fragrances you've really been wanting to get, and you can only pick 3 to bring home for free. What are the first 3 that come to mind? I would love to know, and I'm not going to cover every single one on mine or this video would be so long, but I am going to talk about the ones that recently I've just really wanted and can't shake that want. So let's go ahead and start with my designer fragrances. Starting with Burberry Her. I've wanted Burberry Her for a while, even though I do have the Burberry Her Elixir, and I think it's great. It's like flirty and girly, super feminine, super pink, and the amber and I believe sandalwood at the base make it feel more grown to me. There's a beautiful creamy vanilla in that fragrance that I adore, and mixed in with the fruits, with the strawberry and blackberry, it is just so good, you guys. So fruity, so delicious and fun. But I've been craving that berry sweetness from the original. I smell it in Ulta all the time, and even though it doesn't last the longest, I really want it in my collection, which does seem kind of silly. I know the longevity is not that great, but the scent overall is so pretty and pretty similar to Baccarat Rouge 540, which I also don't have in my collection. So should I pick it up? I hope so, because I did order it the other day, so that is already on the way to me. Then YSL Libre Le Parfum. So you guys know that I love the Intense and the original. I think they're so beautiful, and the Platine is actually on my tray right now if you see it back there, which is a really beautiful, like more clean, soft, powdery take on that fragrance. But the Le Parfum really does intrigue me. See, I'm not doing my makeup because I'm worried about talking. That happens all the time. But that one really does intrigue me because that one is supposed to have like saffron in it, honey, obviously like that vanilla with the lavender, and it just sounds like it would smell so good, like a warm honey in there, please. So, and you guys know I love saffron. It makes fragrances smell so expensive. So I'm thinking it's gonna smell really similar to the Intense, but just a little bit more elevated and scrumptious. So I'm really wanting that one. Please let me know your thoughts. If you have the Intense, let me know down below. Do you think it's worth it to have both in your collection? Because I've seen some people say yes to that and other people say no. Next, I've actually smelled from Gucci, and it's the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Magnolia in the purple packaging. That one is so pretty. Every time I go into store, I smell it, and it has the most beautiful opening. There's this dewberry note, which is so yummy, so fruity, and it blends beautifully with that coconut, giving it that creamy lactonic vibe mixed in. Then at the base, you have some musk and patchouli, which I know some people don't love patchouli. I do get a bit of that on the dry down, but still beautiful magnolia, creamy coconut, dewberry. That opening is absolutely phenomenal, and I don't think the patchouli kills it. So I've really wanted that one for a while too, and I hear that they might be coming out with a new one. And see, messing with you beautiful people, I forgot to do the neck, which you never want to do. Next is Daisy Love from Marc Jacobs, which is this beautiful fruity floral fragrance. It's very feminine and pretty, and again super basic, but a really likable fragrance. Every time I smell that one, I just feel just so pretty, girly. That's it. Not much depth to it, but it is a really beautiful, sweet, fruity floral that I've wanted for a while. And so it's the first fragrance I ever bought like in my perfume collection. I got a sample, or sorry, I bought those skinny little travels, and I remember thinking, dang, that's a lot of money for what you're getting, and look at my collection now. So I think that's so funny. I always tell that story, but that fragrance does have like some sentimental value to me for that reason. So I'd love at some point to get a big bottle of that one, even though once again it's a pretty basic, sweet, fruity floral fragrance. I'm really interested in a few fragrances from the Giorgio Armani Privé line. I like the sound of Rouge Maliki. That one has really great reviews. I heard it's like a creamy floral tuberose fragrance. It has like this elegant vibe to it, some spice and warmth. I love like spicy tuberose scents, so I'm thinking that one might be really nice. I heard it's really smooth and elegant and creamy, so if you guys have smelled that one, let me know your thoughts. I definitely like to sample it before purchasing because I have heard that it does smell very similar to the Only One, Intense, I think, and then also Alien. I don't know though, it sounds more classy and sophisticated. I'm also interested in the T1 with the green packaging and like the green shimmers. I think the green shimmer one is limited edition. Let me look up the name. The Tay Yulong, the bottle is art, and then the notes are so gorgeous. There's top notes of mandarin orange, petitgrain, and cardamom, mid notes of green tea, black tea, jasmine, and orange blossom. There's base notes of ambrette, vetiver, and iris. So I'm very curious about this one. Sounds super aromatic, very green and kind of herbal. I would love to try this. It sounds like it'd be very, very refreshing. So I will keep you updated on if I do try a sample, but as of right now, I haven't tried any from the Privé line. And there's also one, I think it's called, I want to say it's like Magenta Tanzanite. That one has top notes of cardamom, ginger, and bergamot, mid notes of cinnamon, coffee, and myrrh, and base notes of tobacco, vanilla, and tonka bean. So it kind of seems like it might have a dark, deep, dry, sweet feel with spice and a little bit of freshness. So I really would love to try this one. Seems super warm and really, really sexy, but that could be way off. Side note, if you don't have time to do your full face and to add contour, I love just putting the concealer here and running out the door because it gives you kind of like that snatched look without the concealer. What is that called? Like reverse contouring. I really love this method. But we are gonna contour. And if you're my skin tone, the Westman Atelier Perfect Undertone. Not too cool, not too warm. I do have Orientica Velvet Gold, and that one really does give like old money vibes, and I think they're similar. But I can't deny that every time I go to Neiman Marcus, I am just drawn to it, and there's something about it that does smell a little different. So I do want to get that one at some point, but my Orientica for now has been helping me fight the urge. And then Oud Satin Mood, every time I smell it, it's bold, it's confident, it's rich, it smells like a wealthy woman or man. It really does make a statement. It's a beautiful blend of rose, vanilla, and oud, and to me, it is just so crowd pleasing. I remember the first time I tried it in store in a Neiman Marcus, I put it on and literally like not even 5 minutes later, a couple came by and asked, "What the heck are you wearing?" It really does command attention. It's beautiful. And for me, it is such a gorgeous blend. It is quite powdery. Some people say it smells like mature grandma powdery rose. It just smells very, very rich, very luxurious, and bold. And I think it would just add a luxurious vibe to any fragrance I paired it with. I gotta get some hydration on my lips. They feel really crusty. Oop, quick coffee break. I've been making my coffee with a tiny little bit of vanilla ice cream, and it's so, so good. This, by the way, is so cute. It's from Laneige, and it's that cotton candy lip mask. It smells incredible. Now I'm gonna quickly do my lip combo, and we'll move on to Xerjoff. This is one of my favorite lip combos ever. I will link it down below. I'm not gonna link my wish list items because oh my gosh, that would take forever, but I will try to put them on the screen for you guys. So next are my Xerjoffs. There's so many on my list. One is Torino 21, which it's supposed to smell like a mint mojito. It's supposed to be fresh and citrusy and green, and that one sounds so good to me, especially for the spring and summer. So that one I'm really wanting. There's also one from their, I think, 1981 line called Naxos. That one smells so expensive. I've smelled it in store and I thought it smelled phenomenal. There's a beautiful note of lavender in there, so it's tobacco and honey mixed in with this aromatic airy lavender note. There's some citruses that lift it up a little bit, beautiful cashmere note making it more smooth, and a touch of like a licorice smell to it as well. I thought that scent was incredible, so I've been wanting that one as well. Recently one of you recommended me Cambridge Club, which I've never smelled, but it's like a sweetened up rose fragrance. There's rose and caramel and a rich bourbon vanilla as well as subtle spice, and I've never smelled it before, but that's what I get out of the notes I saw listed, just like an elegant sweet rose. So I'd really like to smell that one at some point and see what my vibe gives off based on that fragrance. There's also, I went down a rabbit hole when I was looking at Peregrina from Thameen. I saw under that list Cambridge Club was there, as well as one called Via Cavour, and that scent also sounded really gorgeous. There is like a dark chocolate note in there, also some caramel and rose in that fragrance, and let me look it up because the notes seemed incredible. Top notes are quince and white peach, mid notes are dark chocolate, red berries, Moroccan rose, rose, and patchouli. Wow, like just that section right there seems so like dark, sexy, feminine, fruity floral. Like that sounds really good with some dark chocolate sweetness. Base notes of caramel, oud, Madagascar vanilla, amber, cashmere, and musk. Seems like there's a whole lot going on here. I kind of want to try this one. I love like chocolate, that dark deepness coming through with the fruits and the beautiful feminine rose. The oud and patchouli we have to see. I love cashmere, vanilla's beautiful, that Madagascar vanilla, caramel, it just sounds so beautiful. So let me know please if you've smelled this one. I might have to smell it before blind buying because again, there is a whole lot going on, but it seems really beautiful, and I think the sweetness is going to even out those more complex notes. And then Cruise de Soar 2 is supposed to be like a fruity, tropical fragrance. There's some milk mixed in, and I've heard some people do get like a sour milk, fruity experience from it. So I am a little hesitant to blind buy. You really shouldn't blind buy anything, but let's be honest, there's something so thrilling about doing so. But that milk note, I'm not sure. There's like mango, guava, what else? Pineapple in there, dried fruits, and mixed in with the milk. I mean, the only note that I really like mixed in with milk when it comes to fruits is strawberries. So I'm not really sure how to feel about that one, but like if it was a coconut milk, I'd be going crazy. But just a regular schmegular old cup of milk in there, I'm just kidding, but no, seriously. But please, if you've smelled it, let me know your thoughts. I think there's also some musk in there, some vetiver, and yeah, I mean, I love Xerjoff. I think there's others higher on my list. And then of course from Amouage, at some point I would like to get Guidance. It's a very bold, intense feminine fragrance. You get a lot of pear, lots of sandalwood, creamy vanilla, rose, making it more feminine, and then little hints of hazelnut here and there. Really unique smelling, really pretty. Lots of people perceive it as a naked woman. For me, I don't necessarily get that, but I think it is a really gorgeous scent. You get some spice, very warm and beautiful. And then I really loved Love Delight when I smelled it, which is also super feminine to me, much softer. It's like this powdery vanilla almond fragrance. There's lots of heliotrope in there, as well as a fresh spicy ginger note that for me, you guys know I like sweet and ginger together. I think it works beautifully. There's also some rum, making it even warmer. And ultimately, I just thought Love Delight was super delightful, very feminine and soft. Now, I will say I did wish it was a little stronger, but it's beautifully composed. Again, it's soft and sweet and powdery, some florals, and it just has this really gorgeous warmth as well the more it dries down. Sunshine Woman sounds promising. It's supposed to be an osmanthus heavy fragrance. Top notes of almond, blackcurrant, and artemisia. Mid notes of osmanthus, vanilla, magnolia, and jasmine. And base notes of white tobacco, papyrus, juniper, and patchouli. I hope it's more fruity than it is like earthy and green. And I hope the florals are just very soft, fresh, and feminine in the scent. But if you've smelled it, let me know your thoughts. And I'd love to know how almondy and vanillic it will be. And then from Kilian, number 1 on my list is Rolling in Love. Ever since I smelled Rolling in Love, I can't get my mind off of it. It's not the most complex from Kilian, but I will say it's one of the most delicious, feminine, sweet. It's very almondy and vanillic, powdery, with a beautiful sensual musk. It's sexy. It's so good. And for a date night, I think it's gonna be so beautiful. So I have to get that one. There's tuberose, almonds, there's vanilla, some powdery iris, and I just love it so much. It makes me feel all romantic and stuff, so I really want to add that one at some point, as well as apple brandy. I've never smelled apple brandy, but I love the Kilian Angel Share so much, and I know like that one is completely different probably, but I feel like they do boozy scents really well, so I would love to try apple brandy. And I've heard people say it literally smells like just that, apple brandy, and I'm so here for that. I love warm, sweet, boozy fragrances. I find them so sexy and so powerful. So I'd also really like to try Kilian's, what is it called? Not Intoxicate, but I think that one would be really beautiful too. But Kilian's Black Phantom, I know that one has coffee in it. There's dark chocolate, caramel, but you also have a really beautiful rum in there, which I think, I mean, the whole fragrance overall sounds so sexy. Again, I know dark chocolate can have that kind of dark, deep, sexy quality that I just love, and mixed in with the other notes, I really do want to try that one. I think I could rock it. Okay, so I double checked the notes because I felt like I was missing something. There's also some almond in there, heliotrope, and then Kilian's Intoxicated sounds really good. Top note is cardamom, mid notes are nutmeg and cinnamon, and then base notes are coffee, caramel, vanilla, and mocha. Guys, drooling. So I'd also really like to try this one. I wonder how pronounced the mocha will be. I know I keep saying it, but please, 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 if you've smelled it, do you love it? I'd love to know. And then Madison Avenue from Ball Number 9 is a beautiful, feminine, fruity floral fragrance. I just thought it felt really, really strong in comparison to Madison Square Park, so I ended up getting that one. It's much more airy and light, but this one had a little bit more power to it. Beautiful fruits and florals, and then some patchouli, which I think did make it smell a little bit more intense, but I love it. Like, don't think I'm saying intense, it's super heavy. It felt stronger to me than Madison Square Park, which almost felt a touch aquatic with the blueberry and the grass, which felt really dew covered, epitome of spring. But I'm ready for Madison Avenue. Then New York Nights I'd really like to try at some point as well. There's coffee and patchouli and white florals, but I've heard a lot of people say there's a banana smell to that, and then also there's like a sea breeze note, or like a sea sea salt, sea note, whatever. There's a sea note in there that's kind of supposed to give it a marine salty quality. I think I'm pretty much done with my makeup. Next is Initio Atomic Rose. So I've heard a lot of people say that this is supposed to smell like Delina, but like the sexier, more bold, intense sister. This one has top notes of pink pepper, bergamot, mid notes of Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, Egyptian jasmine, and base notes of Madagascar vanilla and amber. So it's not supposed to maybe be as like jammy because there's no jammy notes to this, no lychee, we don't have that pop of rhubarb, so I don't know, I'd love to smell it, but looking at this right here right now, I don't know, I wouldn't look at these notes and think Delina. But of course, those are only the notes they decided to share. And don't get me wrong, when I smelled Musk Therapy in person, it did smell really pretty, very pleasant, but I just didn't like get enough for the price point, and that was only me smelling it in store. So I'm sure maybe if I bought a sample and really sat with it for a while, kept giving it more testing, maybe it would really grow on me. But just off initial smell, I thought that's nice, but again, very expensive. And for what it is, for what I got from it, that one has notes of white musk, blackcurrant, bergamot, mandarin orange, magnolia, white sandalwood, and also hedione, which is that really beautiful floral that they put in a lot of fragrances that to me kind of has like that sensuality to it that I love. And then I would also say that, what is it called? Paragon, that one smelled so good. It just felt a little bit more aromatic and it felt like it was giving me more. So I would like to add that one at some point. Let me look at the notes. No wonder it's aromatic. There's top notes of lavender, sage, and bergamot, mid notes of plum, palo santo, and black pepper, and base notes of sandalwood and oud. And to me, I do not remember it having oud at all. I didn't really pick that up, but I did get a beautiful palo santo. And typically, I only like palo santo heavy fragrances like in candles, but this was really working for me with the lavender, the sage, and the plum. Beautiful fragrance. I would totally pick that up. And again, with the warm, boozy, sexy scents, I think I'd also like Side Effect. Rum, tobacco, cinnamon, saffron, sandalwood, and hedione. That really does stand out to me. This is more of like that hot, heavy vibe just based off the notes. And then I feel like the video might be getting kind of long, so maybe I should do a part 2. No, I'll just do some rapid fire. Other ones I really want to get are Parfums de Marly Valaya, which is supposed to be that musky, fresh aldehydic vibe. I believe there's also some wood at the base, so it is supposed to be quite powerful and long lasting. I'd love to try it, but when I did smell it super briefly in store, I didn't really get much, but I did smell so many other perfumes at the time, so let me know your thoughts on that. I also love the Juicy Parfums Accident à la Vanille Crème de la Berry. So I'd love to try the Accident à la Vanille, which I've heard is a delicious vanilla. This is so creamy, so sweet. There's a beautiful like strawberry cheesecake vibe to it. It makes my mouth water so much. It's really comforting, super sweet and food-like. If you love true gourmands, this is so good. So I would love to try their take on vanilla. And then in Dulce Hoda, which is supposed to be a straightforward vanilla musky fragrance. Literally the two notes are vanilla and musk. Really straightforward. Supposed to be one of the most close fragrances to the real thing, so I'd love to try it. And then Mason Crivelli Hibiscus Mahajad. I hope I'm saying that right, but it's supposed to smell like Delina, but just with that twist of hibiscus. Beautiful, beautiful notes in here. There's notes of hibiscus, damask rose, vanilla, cassis, leather, peppermint, ambrette, and cinnamon. I really want to get my hands on this. I've wanted this scent for so long, and I mean, it sounds beautiful. Then from Liquid Imaginaires, I'd love to try Blanche Bet. I've smelled their liquid, which is this really beautiful, rich, bougie, expensive smelling fragrance. I get a lot of the saffron. There's also vanilla. I can't remember all the notes. I just remember thinking it smelled really elevated. And then this one, Blanche Bet, is supposed to be a milky, creamy, musky fragrance. So just based on the notes, it seems like milk with musk, some florals, and it's really sweetened up by maybe the cacao, vanilla, and tonka beans. So I'd love to try it. I love creamy lactonic scents, and this one I've heard really great things about. And then guys, my list literally goes on and on and on, but I'm gonna end it right there. So many fragrances, so little time, but maybe I'll do a part 2 or something. But those are the ones that have really been on my mind lately, and I'd love to know what's been on yours. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, again, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the good things, and I will see you in the next one, and I'm so happy again to be face to face. Bye!